All right, everyone, here we go with Soulmate Journey Update. One deck for the DF, one deck for the DM. We're going to do something a little different today. Normally, we look randomly at what's at the bottom. Right? We're just going to cut the deck, and we're just going to get a theme energy first. Right? I thought, why not? Why randomly look at the bottom when we can cut the deck and see what we get? You get the Hierophant. On the DF side, there's a lot of spiritual growth happening over here. That's been coming up a lot. I pulled a couple of offline reads just on the soulmate cycle for a change. There's a lot of spiritual growth happening on the DF side. I mean, there's like a wave of it coming. It's more than just the pastel dreams of the Pisces new moon energy. Let's see what's going on here on this side. Are we going to get a dimly lit evening of the dick chakra or a dark night of the soul? What are we going to get here? I'm just laughing. I don't even want to look. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, come on. You know, I don't even have to try. You know, I don't even have to say I'm not the warlock on the hill. You know, it's just, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be. It's the Five of Pentacles randomly at the bottom over here. I got spiritual. Look at the difference. The valley. The separation between the two here. Somebody here is, the way I actually get this actually is a little bit of shame. A little bit of, somebody's ashamed of themselves for not doing what they should have. I'm not sure what that means. That can play out of a bajillion different ways. All right, let's shuffle for the DF. Let's go. All right, so there you go. Oh, wow. All right, let's go. Let's shuffle for the DF. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Lefterra, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. We've been pulling on this since July of 2021, right? So there's a whole playlist of these. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. This might be future influence for you. I don't know. Let's see where we go here. What do we get for the DF? What do we got? So far, spiritual growth. You got the environment. I like this. I'm glad this isn't the base energy, but in this case, I'm glad. It's a Page of Wands in the environmental energy, but crossing the center card, or the top card that I pull, I should say. It is red with the center card over here. It's a new adventure, a spirit, but it's not really new adventures. It's a... I want to almost call it a spiritual rejuvenation, but not really. It's not a vaginal rejuvenation, but it kind of is. You know, it's one of those rejuvenating type things. It's like you went to the spa and you come back and you feel young again. You feel like you're ready. If you're already young, you're ready to start again, right? You get a new, I don't know, zest for life. And as I say that, the top card is the lion. You turn into a 500-pound cat, right? You probably had all that hair taken care of at the spa. But, I mean, other than that, you turn into a 500-pound cat with one of the roses from the Two of Cups in its mouth. You're ready to go. You get strength. This has been coming up for you a lot. Isn't this like the weekly reading where you had the strength to deal with something? You know, I mean, you're getting incredibly strong. You're really growing. I mean, it's unreal. I don't know what the fuck's happening over here. These people are doubling down. On the DM side, I'm seeing it in my offline readings too about societal energies. These people are doubling down on nonsense. You know, rather than just saying, yeah, I kind of fucked up. Let's do this. Now, that would be the adult thing to do. You know, I got it here in the soulmate cycle too. I've got somebody doubling down on nonsense. Well, I'm already out here. Yeah, but that's... Over here, you've got if this were the DF side, the DF would be like, well, I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to break that door down if I have to. Over here, they're fucking just doubling down on, well, I'm already out here, so let's just stay. You know, I mean, winter's coming, fucker. You know, it's a bit of that kind of a vibe around this. It's too cold. It's going to be too cold to be outside in a cardigan pretty soon. All right, it is what it is. Let's shuffle the deck here. Let's see. I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to use the little animal deck here, the small version of your deck. Let's go. Let's see where we go. Shuffle for the DM. And some of you out there are like, summer's coming, Steve. It's not winter. You know what? I just made Australia and New Zealand, Southern Hemisphere folks make up probably the second biggest part of my audience. I just made them very happy. I acknowledged that They live on the same planet, but it's just the opposite. That's all. So there you go. So winter's coming somewhere. All right, let's be honest. It's just about to turn fall down there. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. So let's give Australia and New Zealand a break, okay? All right, let's cut them some slack here. Let's acknowledge that they exist. How about that? All right, here we go. Here we go. Strength card. Why is it here? Speaking metaphorically about some girl sitting outside in a cardigan. That's all. All right. If you ever start a YouTube channel and you get more than your mom and a couple of cousins watching, you will find very quickly how people will go out of their way to try to correct you. It's the most amazing thing. Any little thing they can grab onto, they will. I don't know why. There's some interesting psychology around that. You know, whatever it is, anything they can do to make themselves feel better about their own life. If it's correcting Steve about a season, it'll make their day. If it makes your day to correct me, I'm all for it. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. So whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups. It blows my mind, you know. I'm going to write a psychology paper and literally publish it about doing this channel someday. Five of Cups. Crossing the center card, I'm going to pull red with the page of wands here. It's a melancholy. It tells me that, well, I mean, you're tearing at it like a 500-pound cat. It tells me that new adventures are coming. So you know something new is coming. There's always melancholy that comes with that. Okay? There's always a little bit of it. If you've lived somewhere for 30 years and all of a sudden you're moving, there's some melancholy, right? You got to sell the house. It's time to move to the retirement community or something along those lines. A lot of memories in that house, right? You know, so there's a little bit of melancholy. That's all. It's no big deal. All right. Somebody will write in and correct me. I lived there for 32 years, Steve. Okay. All right. You win. Okay. What's on top? Ace of Pentacles. Look, you got good things happening. The DF side, I say you guys because most of you watching on the DF side, you got some great shit coming. Shit that you've been waiting to do a long time. You now have the strength to do it and the verve to do it. You got the nerve to do it. The verve, the nerve, the swerve. I mean, you got it's all there, right? You got moves, all kind of moves. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's a lot of this energy has been making its way to you very slowly. I don't know why. Maybe it's been waiting for you to reach a certain point of growth. I have no idea. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like I needed to say something. But I don't know why it's been going so slow, whatever it is. Like, I feel like if I'm to use the moving example or the changing your scenery in some way, changing jobs or whatever, it's like it's been hanging around, but you've been blowing it off. But you don't know why you've been blowing it off. You know what I'm saying? It's so I can't really find the words, but you just got to catch my drift. Center card. Crossed by the melancholy, the Five of Cups, and also red with new adventures here. It's more like a new you. It really is. But hopefully you got that taken care of at the spa. Get that cleaned up a little bit. Okay. It's like you came back from a spa, but you're looking a little scraggly there. I'm just going to tell you. You might want to get your money back. I mean, it's star. I mean, I knew it was going to be good. I wasn't even fucking worried. I didn't see it. I didn't know what it was. It's a star. A star comes after a tower. Right? The tower, if it doesn't come out here, because I don't know what's coming, but if it doesn't come out here, the tower lives in what I was talking about here, in the blowing it off, whatever it is. It's just something that's been hanging around a while. There's a big change of scenery coming for you. Could be emotional scenery, could be physical, 3D scenery, I don't know. Maybe it's just a new route to work. I mean, it could be that. But that can change your life too, So, anyway, what's red with the Ace of Pentacles? Temperance, yeah. Major Arcana. I knew it was going to be big. Couldn't predict if it was going to be the tower. Didn't feel like a towery energy, but I know where the tower lives. It's what I said. It's right in there. Temperance is red with the Ace of Pentacles. Again, I want to call that it's taken a while to get to you and you've had the patience to whatever. I don't think you have. I think it took a while so that you learned the lesson of temperance. Okay? Now, what is taking a while? I don't know. This person over here, I can't say whether this is coming towards you or not. Again, I've got this side, which is growing spiritually, making grown-up decisions, wanting something better, wanting something new. If they make a bad decision, they change direction. You know, this side over here is doubling down on sitting outside. That's what it feels like. You know, when you fuck up, you don't double down on the fuck up. You don't do that. That's a low vibrational thing. It's almost like the DM side is getting lower in vibration while the DF side is growing. And I stand by what I said. I got a lot of spiritual growth here. It's a fantastic pull. Whatever this is, tear at it like a 500-pound cat with a rose in its mouth. Go for it. All right? All right. Okay. Let's pull on fuckwit here. Yeah. Again, I was just going to take a peek at what's under it. You know, you want to see what's under that? It's going to get better, isn't it? No. It's what I said. They're doubling down. She's doubling down. There's the rainbow. Hey, if you just change direction, if you just turn around, we can actually still pull a rainbow out of this. Nope. This is what we're doing. Okay, but it's not going well. Nope. This is what we're doing. Okay. That's the energy of this side. That's what it's doing. It's fucking what societal energies are doing too. But it's what's going on here on the DM side. Somebody's holding on to resisting a lot of big changes that are trying to happen. I think they're running out of strength. At some point, you got to admit you're fucked. And at some point, you got to do something. Like I said, it's getting cold. Too cold for a cardigan very soon for her. So at some point, she's got to do something. We'll see. Male or female? It's a she on the card. Here we go. DM side. Let's see where we're going here. All right. Let's see where we're going. Just like in the real world or out in the world, there's economics, right? You've all heard the term economics. There is certain math and certain principles involved with economics. There are certain things you can get away with for a while, but then it falls on your head. In relationships, there's economics. There's certain math and certain formulas that need to be followed. You can get away with things for a while, but it'll fall on your head. Somebody here is about to have all their shit fall on their head, right? You can cheat the economic principles of a relationship or money and world finance and all of that is for a little while. You can get away with it. You can make it seem like things are going real well. But you can't cheat a math equation. And there's math equations in either. Everything is math. The whole universe is math. All of it. The universe is just mathematics and emotion in motion. That's all it is. It's all energy. So, same principles apply. Somebody over here, they got away with something for a little while, emotionally. But the formula, the math that governs all of that is about to fall on their fucking head. Yeah, you could sit outside all summer in your cardigan, have fun, knock yourself out. But when the snows and blizzards start rolling in, that might not be enough. Let's see, somebody I think is figuring that out. You, on the other hand, I don't know if you're melancholy about this person or if it's about just change in your life. I think I hit the nail on the head with the 30-year living somewhere and then moving kind of vibe. Imagine how that might feel, right? Some of you own a home, right? You're in your 40s. And I know what the demographics of my channel are. You probably got a place you've lived for a while, right? Imagine you had to go into a retirement community or something like that someday down the road. You say goodbye to all those memories. That's what this feels like, okay? All right, here we go. Whoa, okay, all right. Page of Wands. They got a Page of Wands at the bottom too. That's wonderful. You both have environmental energy, Page of Wands, which means we're going to have to go a layer deeper here and a layer deeper here. We will. Let's see what your top card was Strength, right? Tearing at it like a 500-pound cat, right? What's their top card? The Eight of Cups. It takes bravery to do this. They don't have it. It's not here. They don't have the bravery. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing my ass off here. I was looking at the Hermit. The Hermit pulled out, but And that guy was right there. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know why. I just pulled these two stuck together. And then, oh, fuck me. I give up. I'm good. This is a I'm good energy. And this is my party girl. She doesn't care. I'm good. She's perfectly content banging anybody at the party, going to get the clinic the next morning, to get the full makeup. I mean, it's, I don't care. She doesn't care. He or she. All right, let's clarify. Let's go. Oh, what's underneath yours? Oh, 10 swords, a whole new life. 10's at the end, dead end, that lead to a new beginning. You're all done with stuff. You put 10 swords in anything that's not great, anything that's not fantastic. You got the King of Swords going after it, right? Steely-eyed King of Swords, and underneath that you got a Page of Cups. They've got the potential. They got a hermit with that devil. They got a hermit and a devil underneath here. They got the potential, but they're listening to the devil, and that was abundantly clear from that five of Pentacles that we started with. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Let's go. By the way, randomly at the bottom when I picked this up, 8 cups. 8 cups. It is. It's just, I mean, I would love to give you the optimistic view of somebody walking toward their 9 cups. They are. But those 9, they're walking towards something that they feel is what they really want, which for them is staying outside in the cardigan when the cold weather's coming. They're doubling down that they got it going on. I'm fine. That's the message around this Page of Wands. You're not fine. The message around yours is, I'm not fine. I want something better, Steve. And how do I know that? Because you got 10 swords there. You don't have a fucking devil, right? A devil governing your inner voice, your inner hermit. I don't have it. All right. Let's see. It's okay. Randomly at the bottom. 10 cups. That's crossing the center card. I'm going to pull. It's red with that. Backing up everything I said. Yeah, we're fine. We're sitting on light particles. Are you? Are you? Good luck with that. Right? Okay. What's on top here? King of Cups. Again. Somebody's very, very stubborn and thinking, I'm good the way I am. I'm good. They're holding on. There's a lot of pressure. This is a pressure cooker over here. Yeah. Wow. If you watch the extended, I think it was the extended for the new moon in Pisces. Man. Well, you learned how not to hurt your car from me for sure, but it's a pressure cooker energy. I feel that here. What's the center card? It's crossed by this 10 of Cups. Yeah, somebody feels like, is rather delusionally feels like they're making the right choices. And I talked about this as my party girl, right? He or she could be party guy, whatever. Fuck boy, fuck girl, gets naked with anybody. It doesn't matter. They think this is good enough for me. This is what I want. I don't want any complications. They're lying. Why? What's red with the King of Cups? The 2 of Cups. Somebody falsely thinks, somebody's holding on to a lot of love for you. I will tell you that. But somebody falsely thinks, somebody's very delusional that it's a celebration energy. Somebody's very delusional that everything's going well, and it most certainly is not. Let's pull 3 cards and a crossing card. Maybe we'll find out a little bit more about what's going on over here. All right? Or maybe we can just switch and find out over here. Let's find out. Let me give this a shuffle. We want to tell my people, universe. It's talking over here. 4 of Pentacles. An environmental energy. Somebody's afraid. Look, you get a little more insight into over here. Yeah, I get it. Somebody's making choices based on that they think are perfectly great. They're wrong. They're doubling down on bad moves. All right? It's not balanced when you're withholding, right? When you're not truly doing what the soul is calling out to do. They're listening to the devil instead of the hermit. Somebody's afraid, the environmental energy. Somebody over here is afraid, 4 of Pentacles, of the truth. To look and see that things could be better if they just turn around. And you'll see why I say that in a second, because there's the 10 Wands right there. I can feel it coming. I swear to you. There's a Knight of Wands. Somebody just won't admit that they want to just make a change. And there it is. There it is. There's that fucking energy. Where was it? It was underneath the 5 of Pentacles. That 4 of Cups. That girl sitting in the yard with the rainbow just on the other side. They're having a hard time admitting it. They're putting up a wall. They're being stubborn. It's all bullshit. All right? What they really want is you. Or what you've got over here. How do I know that? Because that's a star and that's a star. Right? Somebody here, you might even run into, especially if you are making some big changes, you might even run into some jealousy from this side. They might get a little, well, I don't want to say malicious. They might get a little mean. Can we put it that way? So all of that is crossing the center card I'm going to pull. 7 wands, defensive. 10 pentacles, and the 7 cups. You know, I'm running into this too, you know, and I get this a lot from people. When people write into me, I get this a lot in my offline readings. People write into me and they're like, what the hell is going on, Steve? You know, okay, that's fine. I get it here. I get the same thing. And the answer is always the same. Somebody here doesn't even remember what they're fighting for anymore. They're just fighting. That's all they're doing. They don't even remember why they're holding back, why they're the party girl, why they don't want to change direction. The message has all gotten lost in translation here. And that's what's going on here. All of this fear, all of this whatever, somebody doesn't even remember what this is supposed to be, what they might want. They're confused about what they're fighting for. Somebody here is afraid of the truth. What's the truth? The truth is they want this. And how they're living is this. And my party girl. And fantasy. And celebration. Let the champagne flow. I mean, I might be exaggerating. Of course, you just got to catch my drift. But you can see the opposite. They are afraid to admit that this is what they want. And all they have to do to get it is change direction. All they have to do to get it is be inspired by you rather than jealous of you or worried that you're showing them up or something like that. This side over here always has this one-up thing. All right? It's always this tiny person trying to seem big. And whenever that happens, it's always very transparent. And that's what I've got here. So again, somebody wants to go where you're going. They just don't have the stones to turn around and make it happen. They're probably going to end up in a state of depression at some point if they keep listening to that devil. All right, it really is. It's gonna go bad for the girl sitting outside with the cardigan on when the storms start rolling in. You know, math is math. The universe is math. Everything, and math has equations. These equations are right. 2 + 2 is 4 in simple math. You can't just make it 8 because it's convenient, right? Somebody here is doing that. That's what they're doing on this side. Over here, you got big changes coming. Things that I think the universe was trying to teach you, temperance. Like I said earlier, I don't think that's, but if you were patient, it's about to be rewarded. If you weren't patient, it's about to be rewarded anyway. Okay, whatever it is, something that's been hanging around a while, you've been blowing it off, whatever, or even if it's putting yourself out on the apps and dating and actually responding to somebody and meeting them and things like that, that starts rolling. You're going to miss some aspect of your old life. However this plays out. It could play out 1,000 different ways for 1,000 different people. That's normal. Don't let this jam you up. Okay? It's all right. It's a normal response. It actually shows that you're normal. That you're not a psychopath, a sociopath, some crazy person. If you didn't feel this, you probably would be. You probably need to go maybe get a test done or something. A little bit of that. It also, just in general, if you feel this, for a little bit of melancholy when you say goodbye to something, it shows you're in touch with your soul. Right? It shows your heart chakra's open at least a bit. And that's wonderful. It's more than I can say for over here, which is doubling down on nonsense. They know they want this. All right? But and what's really sad about it are these two. They're confused as to what they're even fighting for anymore. They don't even know. It was supposed to be this, and now it's turned into, I don't know. Somebody's having their own little personal war over here with themselves, with the devil and the hermit battling. They have an old soul. It's right there. They have it. They have that old soul. But they just shut it down in favor of, look, there's a page right there. I mean, you have a page as well in here. You do. You have a page. I'm done with the old Steve. I want something new. right? And you've got a King of Swords with your page, and your page is a Page of Cups. It's a beautiful energy. You know, it's a pastel dream over here. Over here, it's a Cardigan nightmare. Okay? That's your reading. A dystopian Cardigan nightmare. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right? Good luck.